मामा गॉट केबे आसीबो
भगवान जानती केबे लाइन आसीबो चल सोइबा
Hundreds of cyclonic systems develop over the Bay of Bengal each year. Most fizzle out as depressions and pass unnoticed over Odisha. But what was a normal tropic depression over the Gulf of Phailin on October 4th, 2013 soon shifted gear and grew into the Category 5 cyclone named Phailin.
A severe cyclonic storm is going to hit the Odisha coast by tomorrow.
On the 12th of October, Phailin hit Odisha.
It was a great and biggest challenge before us.
I never thought that I would have to face a crisis of this magnitude during my career again.
I realized that I think the game is over. It has hit us very badly.
It was unprecedented. I mean, I had never seen this kind of a scene in my life before.
It was horrible. It was horrible to see. I have not slept that night.
जो बिजली के खंभे वगैरह गिर रहे थे उससे तो वही लग रहा था कि कहीं बम फट गए तो कहीं घर फट गए।
हम लोग तो बचेंगे कि नहीं तो ये तो हम लोग सोच भी नहीं सकते। तो बहुत सारे आदमी तो अपना गांव छोड़ के चले गए थे।
The polar cyclone, which claimed over 3 lakh lives in 1970, was a Category 3 cyclone. The Met Department named Cyclone Phailin as a Category 5 tropical cyclone. The Met Department's predictions about Cyclone Phailin were accurate. But more importantly, they were timely. Over 1 million people living near the coast were evacuated. With wind speeds of over 220 kilometers per hour, this was one of the most devastating forces of nature ever encountered. Cyclone Phailin battered the Odisha coast, and behind it tailed 5 days of incessant rains and massive floods. 21 people were killed. Across 18 districts, 13 million people were affected and 2 lakh homes were wrecked. And the district which was in the eye of the storm was Ganjam. The people were evacuated in time. Over 1 million precious lives were saved. But what of the houses and the infrastructure? Phailin wreaked havoc upon all public infrastructures, especially in Ganjam, and the damage to the energy sector was unbelievable.
Our problem was we can mobilize manpower, but then we can't save the infrastructure.
If you look at statistics, they're mind-boggling. More than 6 lakh poles were damaged. More than 16,000 kilometers of line, the wires have fallen down, and about 6,000 transformers have been toppled.
These 220 kV towers can withstand a wind speed of 180 kilometers per hour. Their mangled state speaks volumes about the utter ferocity of the cyclone in Ganjam. The storm passed right through a row of such towers and completely destroyed 92 of them. In comparison, normal electric poles would have been tossed about like toothpicks. Literally, the entire electric distribution system in Ganjam was uprooted.
After witnessing the kind of the devastation, I was really shocked, and it's sudden knowing the strength of the South Core, how we meet such a gigantic, massive challenges.
Seeing this, and I thought that how long it will take. I cannot even think that we will be able to restore it in, say, 10 months.
Darkness. We have been drawn to light since time immemorial, and it is our basic instinct to be afraid of the dark. Ganjam was plunged into darkness, and no one knew when light would come. The resultant panic gripped the entire district like an epidemic. Lack of power collapsed the water and sanitation systems. The healthcare system in the district too bore the brunt. The desperation of the public was characterized by a mad rush for drinking water supplied through tankers.
Because of the power infrastructure, there is no drinking water supplies or water supplies which can be run. And if there is no drinking water supply, the sanitation goes bad. So this is the whole cycle which is going on.
Long queues outside the handful of functioning ATM machines in Berhampur city.
Everything is difficult for us. Without power, we can't manage anything.
And a mad rush outside shops with backup power to charge mobile phones at exorbitant rates.
Last 8 days, there is no current in our area and in my house. So I am paying and charging the mobile here.
On behalf of our community, I'd just like to give you very little token of our appreciation and recognition.
The Odisha government received due appreciation for its timely evacuation efforts. But public pressure to recoup from the blackout was building. Patience was running out. Before public ire erupted onto the streets in protest, the Odisha government had to deliver. Under these circumstances, the Odisha Chief Minister gives a deadline of 1 month to restore power in the Berhampur city in the first phase of recovery. The baton was passed to Pradeep Kumar Jena, Secretary of the State Energy Department, and his team. In a bid to face the situation head-on, they moved with a war footing. Strategies were drawn in alliance with the CMD of Gridco, Hemant Sharma, and top officials of OPTCL and Southco to achieve the deadline.
We did a lot of internal planning and we realized that we need 3,000 to 3,500 skilled manpower. Apart from that, equal number of unskilled manpower also will be required, and we have to have huge procurement of material. We put up before the government that unless you allow me to procure emergently, and a certain procedure is suggested, which government promptly within a day of my submitting a proposal, government approval came. That helped us to procure material from the existing suppliers at the existing rate. Also, we took the help of some outside agencies like NTPC, NHPC, Tata Power, L&T.
To begin with, on day one, we had about 200 people. Within 5 days, we had 5,000 people working on the ground. We made arrangements for emergency kitchen, for welding, workshops were set up on roadsides. So it was a kind of a war effort.
Together, everyone achieves more. This is the true definition of a team. This dictum was proved on the field by thousands of dedicated technicians and workers who braved personal adversities and tragedies and worked round the clock to get the job done. Case in point, 45-year-old Adi Narayan. Adi Narayan belongs to Ganjam, and in the cyclone Phailin, his house was damaged. 2 days after Phailin struck, his mother died. And yet, here he is, on top of an electric pole, fixing a power line so that someone, somewhere in Ganjam, will be able to switch on a bulb at night and feel the warmth of its light.
बात्या है कि 3 दिन पर मरीगले माँ मो से चिंता रे 3 दिन रही तापर दे सान कार्यटा करके मु आउतरे ड्यूटी जॉइन हो गेली.
Another such lineman, 54-year-old Dandapani Jena, worked under similar conditions. Phailin had completely destroyed his home, and instead of rebuilding his own home, he chose to first restore power.
1000 लोक अंधार थिबे मोर मु जणे निज पई बोली कि मु छुट्टी नै पारी.
This level of commitment was present in the ground workers and the top management in equal measure. OHPC Director Santosh Kumar Sahu silently bore the grief of his mother's death, even as he worked round the clock to accomplish the mission. He stands tall as a source of motivation for his team and a reminder to his juniors of the true definition of dedication.
The engineers, those who have not seen the erection of the LT poles, they have done the 33 kV lines without any supervision. They did themselves. They have saved not less than 25% of the total project cost because of their eagerness.
Level of commitment and dedication and teamwork which my team, especially in the operation maintenance and the construction team, and everybody came together. It was really amazing to see people really working beyond the call of their duty.
But the mission at hand was huge and the time very limited. The first deadline of restoring power before Diwali was looming large. And the operative word here is not repair, but rebuild. Cyclone Phailin and the 5 days of incessant rains and floods that followed took a financial toll of over 800 crore rupees on the energy department. In the totality of devastation, the team was well aware of the fact that they were not in the process of repairing fallen or broken equipment, but rebuilding infrastructure. That would, under normal circumstances, have taken 3 years to complete. The terrain is extremely difficult. The task is time-consuming and Herculean.
Normally we do 1,000 kilometers in a year. We did 15,000 kilometers in 1 month. We installed 2,000 transformers in a year. In this case, we installed about 6,000 transformers in 3 months. We erect about, 50,000 poles a year. This time we erected 6 lakh poles in 30 days. That is the scale of work which was done. If you look at the railway supply, which was a major target before us, our target was 72 hours. Government of India had given us a target of 72 hours. We were able to complete this task in 60 hours flat. And in fact, we started giving supply to railway network in Andhra Pradesh, in Srikakulam district, because they were not able to restore the railway supply by that time. And we got a lot of commendation from Government of India for this effort.
It took a team of over 7,000 members working round the clock for 19 days to accomplish the first deadline of restoring power to the whole of Berhampur city and all block headquarters before Diwali on 31st October, 3 days ahead of the deadline. The power is back on and the energy department is back on its feet, with the understanding that this is but the first step. The team moves forward with the same momentum. On 15th of November, power is restored in all of Ganjam district. Barely 1 month after Phailin, much ahead of the deadline.
It is a great lesson to the world. We have become the eye opener to all the discoms and the energy sector in all of the country.
मुझे तो पहले इतनी उम्मीद नहीं थी कि इतनी जल्दी बिजली आ जाएगी, लेकिन उन्होंने बहुत मेहनत किया है।
The mission is accomplished and new benchmarks set, but not before lessons are learned.
Looking at our own design itself and making them robust to withstand a wind pressure of 350 km at least. That is one. Secondly, all your critical infrastructure, you must have a near fail-safe arrangement with alternate supply system, underground and overground. We have to create enough of skilled manpower based in the state. If something happens tomorrow, we should be in a position to mobilize 10,000 at least. The disaster mitigation should be part of the routine of the functioning of the transmission corporation as well as that of the distribution corporation.
The team work that we saw right from the state secretariat up to the village level, to the panchayat level, to the district level, that was a very, very great lesson for all of us.
Continuous monitoring of the cyclone was taken up by Odisha Disaster Management Authority. Disasters have no borders. As you well know, in this region you are sharing the cyclones and the flooding with all your neighbors. An excellent job in getting basic systems up to work, the power supply, the telecommunications, getting water, building better systems to manage disasters is also a contribution to world peace.
The credit for the success of Phailin management goes to the brave people of Odisha who rose to the occasion in spite of all odds and faced the calamity with inspiring courage.
Mama, light assigala.
Thank God light ଆସିଗଲା